Hello everybody, welcome to Technique Tuesday here at A Cherry on Top. Today I am going to be playing with this beautiful pearlescent gold vellum. This vellum is from Tonic Studio and it's fabulous. It's all shimmery and gorgeous. This month for Technique Tuesday, we are discussing or using specialty cardstock. So I'm going to be using primarily just this vellum, but I'm going to show you a lovely trick for adhering your vellum with no glue showing. So what I have here is double-sided A4 adhesive sheets from Altnew. I have only partially took one of the sides of these adhesive sheets off. I'm going to go ahead and put my vellum straight onto the whole adhesive sheet. Now I will need to trim because my vellum is 8.5 by 11, but the adhesive back sheets from Altnew are size A4. So you can see here how they kind of go off the edge a little bit. So I'm going to trim it down. That's no problem. I'm going to give it a good burnishing to make sure that that adhesive is stuck really nicely to my vellum. And now we have adhesive backed vellum. So whatever we put this down on, you don't see the glue at all. No glue. I love that. So I'm taking a Teflon bone folder. I'm just making sure there are no air bubbles. I'm making sure that this adhesive has adhered itself to the back of the vellum perfectly. And then I am going to die cut this sheet of vellum. The vellum will curl up. There's not much you're going to be able to do about that, but that's not even an issue because when you get all finished die cutting it, and you adhere it to whatever you're going to adhere it to, it goes flat and it's no big deal. That's just the paper and the adhesive that we've put on the back of the vellum. Now, I have gone ahead and die cut my title for my project today. I have made my own stacked letters. I used Oliver's Stitched ABC die cuts from Lawn Fawn. I cut them 4 times, 3 times in a nice heavy thick white cardstock, and then my last layer of my letters, which is what you see me putting down here, is the vellum, the adhesive backed vellum. So the vellum will now stick right to the top of my letters. You will get all of that beautiful gold shimmer and no glue showing. Isn't that awesome? I absolutely love the soft, shimmery look to this vellum, and I am super excited to use it with some of my other dies to create really cool embellishments and titles for my upcoming projects. It's so pretty. Look at that. I don't know if the light is going to capture the shimmer, but it's gorgeous. So here is the rest of that vellum, and I'm going to cut a whole bunch of circles out, and then I'm going to get started on the rest of my layout. So I wanted to add a little bit of some shimmer or like a landing place for my photos and the papers that I'm going to use today. So instead of adding, say, a pattern paper or something like that, I wanted something a bit more transparent and something a bit lighter. So I went into my mixed media stash and grabbed some Chroma Mist and some aqua pigments from Brutus Monroe, and I'm just going to go ahead, shake these up really good. Use a big chunky paintbrush, and I am just going to give my background this kind of soft, shimmery wash across the background of what will be my layout. And I chose some really light colors because I don't want this to be the star of the show. I just want it to be in the background. I'm going to use an aqua pigment as well, which I then watered down quite a bit. So it looks pretty bright right now, but as it dries back, it dries lighter, and you'll see as I start to work on the rest of my layout, it just looks like a nice wash of color behind my photograph. For papers and embellishments for my project, I'm going to be using American Crafts' brand new April and Ivy collection. I love this collection so much. It is so much prettier in person. So I got the 6x8 paper pad and an embellishment or two just to try to see if I would like it, because the photos on the website, I don't think it does it justice at all. And when I got the 6x8 paper pad, I was like, oh, we're going to need more of this. So then I ordered more. I'm going to be working just with the 6x8 paper pad papers for my layout today. So what my idea was, I wanted to show you how you could create a lot of layers on a background without adding a lot of without cutting down a lot of papers, right? So I'm going to actually start by using a full sheet of 6x8 paper, and I'm going to use that as kind of like the base. So when we're all finished here, the main portion of my photo with all the layers behind it is not going to be, it's slightly bigger than 6x8. Okay, does that make sense? And then I am going to go ahead and ink all of these layers up with Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink to give it a little bit of a darker border. This is going to help it to be separate and make the photo pop on my finished layout. Because I have paint on my background paper, I am going to adhere most of my embellishments and papers down with Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. This will make sure I get a really nice, good adhesion, and nothing's going to pop off on me. Well, I cut down this little camera piece that I adore, and we're going to use this on my layout. Let's talk a little bit about this background paper. So this is Vicki Boutin's Foundations paper. If you're going to paint or do any kind of mixed media on a paper, my best advice is get the thickest, best paper for the job. Then you don't have pilling, you don't have soggy paper, nothing like that. So this is Vicki Boutin's Foundations. I can do my mixed media right on top of it. It stays nice and flat and awesome. So now we have all of these circles. These circles right now still have the adhesive on them. I'm just finding a good place for each of them. And then I can pull off my backing and adhere these vellum pieces right to my layout. Now, vellum means you're going to be able to see the pattern and the paint that's underneath, but you're not going to see any glue because these are completely covered in adhesive on the back. You guys, adhesive sheets are the best ever. My preferred brand is Ultinew. That doesn't mean that there aren't amazing brands out there. Ultinew is just the only one that I have used extensively and feel comfortable recommending. So that might change. But for now, the adhesive sheets from Ultinew, really good. Stick down, lovely. Even to like paint and stuff, I had no problems with this. I love that because all this vellum is adhesive backed now. When I overlap them, like you can see it. It's so cool. I absolutely love it. I will never not back my vellum with adhesive sheets. So now I'm just going to put down these letters that I made. Again, they're beautiful. They're kind of translucent. They have that pretty gold shimmer. So lovely. So for my embellishments, What I want to do is I want to put some embellishments on top of those vellum circles, like layer some things up. Now, here's a trick. If you don't have any adhesive sheets in your stash, but you want to try this page design, simply adhere the die cuts or stickers to the vellum first, then flip your vellum circle over and just put glue underneath where those embellishments hit. Does that make sense? And then you still won't see the glue. I am going to go through the die cuts. I'm going to choose a couple of die cuts, and I actually chose a vellum flower. So you see how I'm tucking the flower in above that little cut apart piece. So when I'm ready to put this flower down, I'm just going to put glue along the edges that will be hidden underneath my photo and underneath that cut apart piece. And then you still won't see the vellum. Or rather, you won't see the glue. I'm so sorry. I have a terrible time talking. Moving on then. Now that I've chosen all my little embellishments, they're so cute. I love, love, love. So what I love about this is that the vellum, because it is sort of transparent, because it doesn't have a lot of visual weight, this particular layout will stay light and bright. If you can imagine how a regular cardstock would be if you put all these circles down the side and then put stuff on top of it, or pattern paper, anything, you would end up with something that looks really busy, and you might not like it. I mean, let's be real here. But because everything I chose was light, so the background wash that I put on it was light, the circles are vellum, some of my embellishments are kind of vellum and see-through, it allows the photo to pop. And there's touches of black all over this layout, but it doesn't feel heavy or overwhelming. So that I love vellum for that reason. It allows you to add some design and some really kind of gauzy light colors without making your entire layout feel heavy. Layout all done. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope that you will give this a try. This is the best, absolute best adhesive option for beautiful gauzy vellum. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I will talk to you again very soon.